This week on a brand new SAS podcast. Penny busts up in that locker room and give what she thought was an inspiring speech, LaFaris. And I wasn't there, but I imagine she was like, y'all think I built this shit for y'all to let them come up in here and whoop out? You know, I imagine she was going out. They said it was a lot of profanity.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we grinning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in their right mind. Underdog.
Yes, sir. What's going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, the realest sports talk pod in all the damn land.
True.
Fam, do the land go over water?
Yeah.
Because I want to be the number one sports talk pod in Asia too, in Europe. I want it all, man. I want the world, bro.
We over there. I check analytics. We over there.
Oh, all right, bet.
Yeah, I check analytics. We over there. They know us. They know about us.
So when I say all the land, I'm actually already talking about all the land, right?
And when I say true, it's because it's true.
Yeah. Man, we are back to wrap up the previous week of sports in dramatic fashion, like we always do, with no BS, no sugarcoating, and no biases. If this happens to be the first time you've caught our show here on YouTube, maybe you're listening on one of our various podcast channels, which may be one channel down at some point. I am one half of the show. I go by the name of K-Spade the Prospect.
And I'm your boy, LeParis57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports. Spade!
Yes, sir.
Spade, I started last show.
A little reckless.
We're talking about my baby Rihanna with her sexy ass. But I gotta ask you, Spade. Yeah, I gotta ask you. You kicking you cheat Mba, you kicking her out? You cheat Mba, you kicking her out?
Yeah, man, because I feel like...
Come on, Spade.
Listen, bro. I feel like if we fall all over their feet, how are we any different? Don't every guy fall all over their feet?
Just because you... Man, ain't nobody...
You falling all over shawty feet,
I asked you, can a chick spend the night?
Nah.
Wow, bro. So
only
can
chick can
nobody
spend the night with me
in
is
your
Tyra.
house but Tyra?
Exactly. That's it.
Come on, man.
You falling
Well,
over their feet. You cooking breakfast.
I got a vacancy
you getting
sign
on the grill.
Everybody in.
I know how you get down. You gonna be on the grill. You grilling breakfast the next morning. You never seen nobody grill eggs. You grilling eggs the next morning, bacon. That's too much.
Yeah, I'm in there. What?
That's too much.
Yes,
that's too much.
Spade ain't kicking Yuchi out, man. And first of all, she can cook, so she gonna come in and she gonna make your house feel homely. That's what she gonna do.
Don't come in there and start touching my dick.
Don't start.
I
want to talk about something else too.
What up?
Spade, the playoffs started this week. And I gotta mention it now because it's not a topic in pre-production. We said it wasn't a topic we brought up, but I gotta mention it now. The playoffs started. Did you know that?
WNBA championship over.
Bro. The playoffs started. The MLB, the Major League Baseball playoffs.
Oh,
that shit started. No mention of no. Sorry, baseball guys. I tried. We already on this show. We are notoriously known for saying baseball is trash. I just wanted to mention that the Major League Baseball playoffs has started in case somebody woke up from a nap, because we know baseball puts you smooth to sleep. So in case somebody woke up from a nap and turned on, it was like, oh, what is this? That's the baseball playoffs that put you to sleep. But anyway, Spade, got a lot of things to talk about on this show this week. First of all, hi Rihanna. We ain't saying hi to Tyra. Not this week. Spade get into his little shenanigans with Tyra.
You're not allowed to say hi to Tyra. First
okay. Y'all hear this? Don't nobody
worry about your firehead having chick.
Spade, stop it. Like her head is smaller than Tyra's. Tyra been having a big
her
head
whole
since,
head smaller than Tyra's, but the area
Anyway.
from her eyebrow to her hairline is much larger than Tyra's.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I want to start in the NFL, bro. I want to start there. A lot of things to talk about, man. One of the things I want to talk about, this dude has been mentioned on the show before. And no, it's not Antonio Brown, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about Vontaze Burfict. Vontaze Burfict, he got suspended for the rest of the year, man. And it's looking like if he if they allow him to come back, it's looking like if he come back again and gets in any amount of trouble, it seems like they're gonna kick him out the league for good. Spade, I gotta get your thoughts on the hit that that Burfict committed. Do you think it warranted a full year suspension and his future in the NFL? What's your thoughts?
You know what? I don't know if I'm the right person to ask about this. This would definitely be a question for you, but I saw the hit. I didn't like the hit. I know he's got a reputation that I feel like is making us, making the league see this hit through, a particular perspective that's not good for him. The hit was bad. It definitely deserved to be fined, penalized, and maybe a suspension. I don't know if I'm okay with him being suspended for the entire year, and I'm going to tell you why before you jump on me. I see NFL players consistently do this one thing that I personally got a problem with. A player can fall to the ground, and if they on the ground, LePage, you can touch them. You can walk over and do this when they on the ground and the play dead.
Yeah.
And they'll just go throw themselves at the person on the ground. I see this shit all the time, bro. And I feel like that's what he was doing. I could be wrong. Like I said, man, I don't know if I'm the right person to ask. The hit was bad. It deserved to be penalized in the game. He deserved to be fined and maybe even suspended on top of it. I don't know how I feel about entire, the rest of the year ban, though. I don't know. How do you feel?
Listen, man. It's Vontaze Burfict, and you want to say he didn't mean it how it was meant, but it's him, and he been having these issues since college. I remember watching Vontaze Burfict at Arizona State, and was like, he was clearly their best player, not just defensively. Like, he was one of their best players, and I mean, he was doing these type not necessarily this hit, but just little dirty shit. Pinching people in the pile, twisting ankles, punching ribs, like just doing nonsense that just is not called for. Now Doyle like he was getting up. Vontaze Burfict did lead with the helmet. It should have warranted a penalty, and they kicked him out the game. They got his ass up out of there. But Vontaze Burfict got to be smart enough to know shit is me. So every little thing I do is going to be under the finest of microscopes, and they're going to be like, yo, we not dealing with this. I think I read that it cost his penalties and fines and missed games has cost him almost $5 million, Spade, which is crazy.
Ridiculous.
That's insane. But listen, I said before the show, when we was talking about this before the show, I said, man, Vontaze Burfict really is an elite ass middle linebacker. Like, he's an elite linebacker. And I said it on this show years ago, like, if Vontaze Burfict just got his act together, he'll probably be a Hall of Famer because he's that good. He's that good. But he can't get out his own way, and he keep doing nonsense like this in Spade. And Vontaze hasn't shown me anything that says, yo, I learned my lesson. I'm not going to do no more knucklehead shit. I'm not going to commit any more flagrant penalties. So, let me back in after this year, and I'm going to be Gucci. If he comes back 9 times out of 10, he's going to do something stupid again, and he's going to be banned from the league, bro. They're going to get him out of here, and it's just sad. But you said something in pre-production, which kind of makes sense to me. He's probably that good of a player or that elite of a player because of how he's wired, how he plays. He plays like that, and that probably helps him become the elite player that I think he is. And I'm going to buy, I was about to say I'll buy some of that, but I'm going to buy all of that. I told you this, and it wasn't even on this show. I said, yo, to play football, you gotta kind of have some screws loose to put your body through that punishment. Not only, see, people only think, oh, well, they only really putting themselves through punishment during the game, but they putting themselves through punishment during the week, especially like not so much now because you only get to practice a few days a week now. But before, they used to be going live like helmets and shoulder pads and like full pads like 4 days a week. Like, you gotta be wired a little different to put your body through that to get the game there and be like, it's crazy because 9 out of 10 football players will tell you shit, the game was the relief. We got tired of practicing that 2-a-days, 3-a-days. We wanted to get to the game. Like it's true, man. So you got to be wired a little different. And Vontaze Burfict is wired a little different. And unfortunately, I think it might cost him his career.
I think it could too. LaParis, sometimes when you are unsure about a decision you're making, you usually can get confirmation of whether or not you're doing the right or wrong thing by the people surrounding you in that decision, right?
Yeah.
So if, you want to go to a controversial concert, you get to the concert, you start looking around to see who around you. That'll let you know if you're in the right place or not. And I just read something that let me know I might be in the wrong place. Anytime you get a subject like this, it's going to be split. It's going to be people for the decision. It's going to be people against it. One of the people in support of Vontaze Burfict is somebody that I don't know if I ever saw myself agreeing with this person on anything, and that is former Raiders linebacker Bill Romanowski. He has this quote. I feel for this guy. Do I think he should be fined? Yes. Do I think he deserves to be kicked out of the league? No. I think it is absolutely dead wrong. This guy has handled himself like a pro, and yes, and I'm quoting, and yes, he is a violent motherfucker, and I love the way he plays the game of football. I'm out. If Bill Romanowski like it, I'm out. So that's all I needed to see.
I'm gonna tell you what, as a football player, and if I'm Vontaze Burfict, one person in the world, well, it's numerous people I don't want to agree with me.
But he won.
One of the football players that I do not want to agree with anything I do is Bill Romanowski, a guy who spit in a man's face on the field.
Yeah, man.
I don't want Bill Romanowski agreeing with me. And if Vontaze see that and get Bill, gets those words of encouragement from Bill Romanowski, if I'm Vontaze, I'm like, yo, I gotta change my ways. I don't want this guy to agree with anything I do. Get him out of here.
I think Burfict signed he signed a $300,000 signing bonus with another $300,000, to be delivered at the end of the season. Obviously, him missing 12 games is going to cut into the rest of that money. Do you see the Raiders bringing him back after the suspension for next season?
Woo, Spade. I think it's just a headache. If you're trying to build something, and I get it. Somebody going to be like, yo, they was trying to build something and they brought him in this year. But listen, if you're trying to build something, I just think you don't want the headache. If I'm the Raiders, I don't bring him back. But does that mean I think somebody will pick him up? Because if somebody can get in his ear and just be like, yo, cut the bullshit. He's an elite linebacker. But I just don't listen. He's gonna make another mistake if he get back on the field, and I hope I'm wrong because he's elite. Like he's an elite guy, Spade. I don't see the Raiders bringing him back. If I'm the Raiders, I don't bring him back. I don't. It's just a headache that you don't need. Linebackers are a dime a dozen as well. You can go find a young linebacker, some old young dude that's not going to play dirty. Spade, let me ask you: is he, in your opinion, is he a dirty player? Because in my opinion, he is.
Yes.
Yeah,
he's definitely got dirt under his fingernails. Absolutely.
Yeah, you can find a guy that's going to give you everything Vontaze Burfict going to give you, and not be dirty. So even if Vontaze just went up to the line and was like, "Oh, that's the line," if he did that and stopped, I'll bring him back. But he always go overboard. And the crazy thing, on a long rap sheet list of things that he's done, they had on Doyle. It was flagrant, but to warrant a suspension, no. But it's Vontaze Burfict, and like I said, his rap sheet is so long. It's so long. It's like, and I ain't no criminal, but I know people that has been. It's like when you do criminal activity, and they be like, "Yo, we're gonna let you out." This shit, second. That's why they came up with like the third strike crap. Yo, get your life together. We're gonna let you out again. And if you do anything, that's why they be like drinking, drugs, steal a candy bar. They throwing your ass back because for whatever reason you don't get it. And that's kind of what they got Vontaze Burfict on. And he has had more than 3 opportunities. Like he had numerous opportunities to get his shit together. So nothing has shown me that this guy's gonna change.
Same. I don't think he's changing either. Oddly enough, though, I would not be shocked if the Raiders brought him back. Because look, the same reason they took a chance on him, all the positive things you said about him, he is a hell of a backer. The dude plays fearlessly, and he plays with that chip on his shoulder. He plays with that dirt under his fingernails.
Yeah.
So if they was willing to take a risk on him at roughly $600,000 for a season, they only delivered $300,000. So they could potentially do another deal like that where they give him half up front, half, not at the end of the season, but you know what I'm saying. However frequently NFL players get their check. It's kind of high risk, high reward for the Raiders. If it works out good, it's not a big contract. So even if you pay him all of it, hey, for the production he brings you on the field, it's worth it. And if he do screw up and get himself suspended forever, you covered there too, because you don't really lose that much. So, and if it works, like you said, you caught lightning in a bottle, you get a productive play on the field. I'm not saying the Raiders should bring him back. I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised. Who the hell knows what Gruden's doing? I mean, he already shipped out the Defensive Player of the Year upon his arrival in Oakland. So who knows what the hell he would do. But yeah, man.
That's true.
Let's move forward. Let's stay in the NFL.
Okay.
And shit, matter of fact, man, let's talk about something that I know is gonna be a weird conversation piece on this show. Let's go to Minnesota. Let's talk about the Vikings.
Okay.
Paris, on this podcast, you and I have gone back and forth quite a bit talking about how we feel about I'm having a brain fart. What's the quarterback name? Kirk Cousins. When this man was in Washington, the debate was whether or not he should be compensated like the type of quarterback that his numbers were saying he was. You and I didn't feel like he should be. Apparently, the Redskins didn't feel like he should be because they just kept wanting to franchise tag this guy over and over and over. There were fans of him getting his money. I hate to do it to you, Shop, but I got to call out Shop. I asked Shop, do you feel like this guy's that type of quarterback? And he says, it don't matter whether or not I feel like he is or he's not. It's working. He's performing for us. We should pay him. Well, I tell you what, somebody paid him. It was the Minnesota Vikings. A contract to the tune of $84 million. And expectations comes with that. If LaParis, I don't have to tell you, you know this.
Fully guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed.
Go ahead.
Fully. That's a great point because we're talking about the NFL with contracts very rarely are fully guaranteed.
Yep.
This Minnesota team is a very unique team, man. For a lot of years, they was just anchored by their defense. A really good defense that could get you there, and an offense that all they needed the offense to do, in all honesty, was just not fuck it up, right? That's all they needed these guys to do. They had a young Teddy Bridgewater to get them to the postseason where a field goal kicker missed what appeared to be an easy kick for a field goal kicker. I got to say that. Because somebody might come through and be like, Spade, you couldn't have made that kick. Yeah, I don't get paid to make those kicks. I get paid to make podcasts, and I'm pretty damn good at it.
Let me shoot you some bail. Because we see you in the college Hall of Fame, booted like a 40-yard joint. Like, you booted that joint.
Booted it. So, yeah, I ain't had no defensive lineman running at me.
Well, that's a fact. I mean,
I give you that.
Was out, though.
Laces was out, and I booted it. But at any rate, this team started to look like they was putting the pieces together to do more than just manage the football on the offensive end of the ball. Drafting Dalvin Cook was step one. Yeah, Dalvin has had some injury issues, but nobody, not even the Kane fan in me, can deny that when Dalvin Cook is healthy, the dude is a game changer.
Yeah.
Then they had two very solid receivers over there. You talking about Adam Thielen, who was a guy that for a while I was like, is this guy really this good? I don't know. I couldn't wrap my mind around it. Finally, I came to the realization this dude is really, really good. Stephon Diggs on the other side, another receiver that was really, really good. So you sprinkle in a quarterback that you feel like is a franchise quarterback. Expectations was there this year for the Vikings to be a really good team. The Paris, they got up to a very frustrating 2-2 start of the season, and things came to a boil after Sunday's game. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, because you in the Money Fantasy League with me, I drafted Stephon Diggs. He has not done shit for me. And the 1 week that I said, I'm not going to use Diggs because he don't do shit, I put him on the bench, and I'll be damned. He had something like 7 catches for 100 yards. And I said, well, shit. But anyway, let me get to the point. The Vikings lost. They was in a very competitive game, I guess you could say. But they lost. And Monday, things started to get a little crazy. So I'm going to take you through the details of this week. Monday, Stephon Diggs was not in the building. He wasn't. All right? Oh, I got to go back. I'm sorry. We got to go back to Sunday. Sunday, Adam Thielen expressed his displeasure with the Vikings' inability to find a solution when things went wrong. He said, at some point, you're not going to be able to run the ball for 180 yards, even with the best running back in the NFL. That's when you have to be able to throw the ball. You have to be able to hit the deep ball. That sounded like an indictment of their quarterback.
Go ahead. You about to answer my question. Go ahead.
To me, that sounded like Thielen was talking specifically to Kirk Cousins. But I did question whether or not that was Kirk, whether or not that frustration was with the OC and the play calling, or whether or not it went all the way up to Zimmer, the head coach, for allowing this shit. I don't know who he was pissed off at.
I think he was kind of banging the cannon on everybody. Cousins,
I mean,
OC,
that would be fair.
Head coach, I think it was everybody. But go ahead, continue.
That would be fair. Then we get to Monday, where Diggs was not in the building. The team went through corrections from the Bears game. Meanwhile, Adam Thielen addressed several media members in the locker room. He said, my comments yesterday after the game was a very broad sense, which answers our question, so to speak. I think any team is going to tell you can't be one-dimensional, and that's not a shot at anyone. That's not taking shots on coaches, players, nobody. That's just being real and saying you can't just be a run team. You can't just be a pass team and expect to have success in this league. You have to be able to do both well, and that's what we're striving to be able to do. That's a pretty good catch right there. Tuesday, Adam Thielen went on Kirk Cousins' podcast. He got a podcast called Under Center with Kirk Cousins. And some weird shit happened on that podcast. Man, look, last week, some weird shit happened on our podcast when you started off questioning the strength of the birth control of one Rihanna. That was weird. But boy, let me tell you, they had some weird shit too.
I think that's a question we need answered.
That shit was weird though. Kirk Cousins, on his own podcast, apologized to Adam Thielen for not getting him more involved. That was kind of weird. He said, I really want to apologize to him because there's too many opportunities where we could have hit him on Sunday. That's what Cousins told the media, who wanted to know the reason for the apology. It's kind of weird, right? Thielen addressed his comments from Sunday's game yet again. First of all, I think it's interesting how media or fans take things that you say and make it what they want it to be. Thielen, you ain't new to this shit, bro. You know that's how it go.
You're not new.
I don't think I can say anything more generic than any offense would say. You can't be one-dimensional in this league. It's very, very, very difficult to win. If you listen to defensive coordinators talk, they want to make the offense one-dimensional. That's how they want to win. So he's still playing the cover-up game. Wednesday, the Vikings, still not past all their apologizing, was back in the building. Coach Mike Zimmer was asked about the apology, and he said, and I quote, I'm not a fan of it. He was probably just being nice. I mean, seriously, I'm not worried about it. Maybe he should get off the podcast. Okay, Mike, tell us how you really feel. Then Cousins addressed his apology, saying he felt compelled to issue the apology because you want to make sure that they are aware of where you can be better. I don't ever want my teammates feeling like he think he's doing everything right and he's not. So I felt Adam was taking some heat, and I was trying to basically say, hey, it's not what you said. There's always more to it. I don't know about that. Thursday, at this point, we got news that Stefon Diggs would like to be traded.
Listen to this timeline. Jesus Christ. Go ahead, Spade.
Every day, bro.
Jesus.
So we had already heard that Diggs want to be traded, all right?
Mm-hmm.
He was asked about the trade rumors. He said, I can't sit up here and act like everything is okay. It's obviously not. But what can I say at this point? Just trying to work through it. He came back and they said, did you demand a trade? He said, I haven't communicated anything. The conversations I've had with the Vikings have only been about the team trying to have success on the field. They said, What about your agent? Has your agent communicated that you want to be traded? You know what this brother said?
What did he say?
I haven't spoken to him about it. You have to talk to him. Bro, you know what the hell your agent's saying. Bottom line,
he's not making no decisions without your approval.
Exactly.
What?
He worked for you. I wish my employees would be out there doing some shit I don't know about.
You ain't never lied.
They asked this man. They said, bottom line, do you want to be here? He said, I love it here. I've been here for 5 years. I love everything about the community. I love everything about my teammates. I love everything about my team. But right now, as to whether I'll be here or not, is whether they want me here. But Diggs was in the building Thursday, but he had a cold. All right. The wideout was spotted coming off the field after a morning walkthrough. He broke his silence after more than 2 weeks of not talking to the media. Wearing a hoodie tied around his face, he took questions for 6 minutes. All right. Why was he out Wednesday? He said cold snuck up on us. Just feeling a little bit under the weather. That's all. Bro, and to close it off on Friday, Diggs went through a full practice. And they asked Zimmer, is Diggs going to play this week? Zimmer said, I don't know. We'll see. They said, did he look like himself in practice? Zimmer said, I have to watch the tape. They said, well, what do you base his availability on? He said, we're going to have to watch the tape. They said, so Diggs being able to play is based on how he looks and not punishment for him not being at practice on Wednesday from a non-injury related issue? And Zimmer said, he's already been punished. Forget what the punishment was. LaParis, can the Vikings fix this shit? That's the question. I said all that just to ask you, do you still feel like...
Because you said Friday. You left on Friday. I just got an alert just now on my phone.
Oh, let's get it. What happened?
And Saturday, it said Vikings wide receiver Stephon Diggs is making a trip to New Jersey with his team. It do not say is playing. He just making a trip. So we have to wait and see if he's going to play or not. So he on the way. But I don't know if he's going to play or not. Spade, can they fix it? Can they... Listen, man. Spade, my gut is telling... My gut is telling me they can't fix this shit. But winning cures all. And in my opinion, the Vikings are better than the Giants. They got to play the Giants this week. The Vikings are better than the Giants. Winning cures all. So getting a little quick dub on Sunday would definitely soften all these blows that the Viking fans have been getting every single day this past week. But Spade, we've been more than any other year. I don't remember so many players coming out and be like, yo, I want to be traded. More than any other year. This year, we've seen the most players come out and be like, yo, get me out of here. I don't think they can fix it, Spade. Especially, it's a wide receiver. Thielen come out bang the cannon. Diggs come out bang the cannon. And Diggs want to be traded. Now, I'm hearing a lot of rumors about Diggs potentially going to the Packers. That's not going to happen if they trade Diggs. No way they give Diggs to in the division guy. No team. No way. No way.
It'll have to have Rodgers on that trade for that shit to happen.
You ain't lying. No way. No way. But Spade, I think getting a win with Sunday will help. But I think this is bad, bro. Because I think this is bad. I gotta ask you, do you think Kirk Cousins can turn his season around? It starts to me. All this is with Kirk Cousins. If listen, anybody that's listening to this y'all probably gonna hear this late. Get Thielen in your lineups because
get Diggs in your lineup. They gonna. I was gonna say the same thing. They slinging that Diggs
in your lineup because I think
believe that
if Diggs play, I think they're going to make, and I don't think that should be the game plan. Let me say that. Dalvin Cook has been eating, and he's going to eat, in my opinion, against the Giants. As long as he can stay healthy. The game plan is about to be, let's pacify these wide receivers that's been complaining about these touches. Kirk Cousins, get your shit together this week. We are playing the Giants. Get your shit together. And make some plays out here, and let's get these wide receivers back on the same page and back to a happy mental standpoint so we can turn this season around. But I don't know, Spade. It's going to be tough because I don't believe in Kirk Cousins. I don't believe in him.
Bro,
I don't.
When I tell you I got questions, fam.
Go ahead.
LaParis, I got something strange. And I was looking this up while you was talking. If you look at Kirk Cousins' success in Washington, it was heavily predicated on Reed. Jordan Reed was his number one target. So I got to thinking, damn, these receivers ain't really getting the touches. I don't know if you should slow Dalvin down. Dalvin is averaging 6 a pop. He's been in the end zone 5 times. He got over 400 yards rushing in 4 games. I don't know if I want to slow him down. But I got to thinking, wait a minute. That must mean he must be hitting the homie Kyle Rudolph. But no. Kyle Rudolph has played 4 games and he's got 4 targets. He's got 4 targets, bro. He's got 4 targets, 4 receptions, 35 yards, no TD. None. So, bro, I guess my question is, in 4 games, Kirk Cousins got 99 pass attempts. That ain't even 25 a game in a passing league where they slinging that shit damn near 50 times a game.
You ain't lying.
He got 3 TDs and 2 INTs. Is this proof that the coaching staff don't have faith in Kirk Cousins? Because, man,
yes.
To me, they holding him back.
And was like, yo, I'll get... Before the season started, the Vikings' whole game plan was like, yo, we're not going to throw the ball as much as we normally did in the previous years, and we're going to get the run game started. But Spade, were they not having success throwing the ball? We just seen them in a, what was it? Might have been the divisional round, where I think they lost to the Saints, right? No, Diggs beat the Saints.
No,
they beat the Saints.
On that crazy play at the end.
Yeah, right. Like... Spade, I don't, but I think that was Case Keenum at that time, if I'm not mistaken. But listen, yes, it's an indictment that they don't believe in Kirk Cousins. We're not about to allow Kirk Cousins to lose us these games. We know we like our defense. We know we got a good running game. But Spade, like you said, 99 attempts. This is about to be game 5.
Right. I'm confused because this ain't Kirk's first show in Minnesota. He was there last year. Yeah. And in 16 games, he threw the ball over 600 times. Yeah. That tied for his highest attempts in the history of him being in the league. He threw for just shy of 4,300 yards. He had 30 touchdown passes and 10 picks. So what happened? He was sacked 40 times. But what happened, bro?
I can't tell you. I can't tell you. And I don't think Minnesota fans know.
Do they have a new OC?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is a new coordinator. But
this shit is crazy.
But Spade, I think they don't think Kirk Cousins is that guy, bro.
But they don't pay him $84 million.
And Spade, we was on this show questioning that shit though. Like, yo, fully guaranteed too. We was like, yo. I said, yo, if you're gonna give him 80 something million, you gotta at least be like, yo, 40 guaranteed or 50 guaranteed. Nope, they guaranteed the whole thing, which at that point people was like, whoa. It was like everybody was like, yo, if Kirk Cousins getting this money, what is XYZ gonna get? What is Aaron Rodgers? They was like Aaron Rodgers, all the I'm doing quote fingers over here. All the experts was like, if Kirk Cousins got 84 million guaranteed, Aaron Rodgers must going to get 150 million guaranteed because he's way better. Way better. I don't know, man. I don't think the Vikings can turn this shit around, but like I said, and I agree with you 100%, Spade. The Vikings game plan versus the Giants need to come in, yo, let's get Cook this ball. And then let's play action and let's get everybody else involved off that. But I think they're going to come out here and force this ball, and I'm hoping Kirk Cousins don't come out here and make these mistakes. Now, one thing, people can be like, oh, well, this is the Vikings, not the Skins. But Spade, the Giants is used to playing Kirk Cousins. They ain't scared of Kirk Cousins. They were seeing Kirk Cousins 2 times a year with the Skins. They're not scared of him. Now, I think the game plan better be run that route, because if they come out here and they sling that thing and Giants get some early turnover, Spade, we already know how people feeling about Daniel Jones. You want to get that young dude that's feeling himself. Spade, we speak about confidence all the time.
Yeah, it's major.
Building up his confidence. You want to give him a short field? That young man think he think he it. So you want to give him a short? I don't know, man. I'm looking at the Vikings and I'm like, yo, I don't know, but Spade, a lot of people say, yo, the Vikings play some good teams early in the year. They said they played some good teams early in the year, so some of them, they could easily be 3-1 or 4-0.
I don't know. I think it's a lot of time left, bro, and these dudes could be okay. They could be okay, but I would be concerned because I'm with you, man. I believe that Kirk Cousins is going to come out and make a conscious effort to try to target Thielen and Diggs. And if I'm a defensive coordinator, that's exact. All I want to know is the game plan coming into the game. If I know what you want to do, I'm going to try to take that away from you. And I think I already know, based off the way this week has gone, I think I know what they want to do.
Yep. I agree. You ready to move on?
Yes, sir.
From one crazy situation to another. Spade, we got to go on down the road. We got to go to Washington, D.C. And we got to speak on the Washington football franchise, the Skins, man. First of all, Washington, change your name, okay?
Please.
Get rid of your name. Get rid of your, get that out of here. But anyway, Spade, I got to get your thoughts on what happened with Washington. So, they come in, they play the Giants, and Case Keenum, who you like, who I like. I like Case. I think he's solid. He's a solid QB in the league. Struggled against the Giants. Been struggling all year, basically, with the Skins. But let's be honest. I don't think Washington. I don't think it's a good team. I don't think they're a good team. But been struggling with them all year. Spade. They played the Giants. Keenum came out, made some early mistakes. They went with the young guy. They took Case out. They put in Haskins. Haskins came through. Rookie mistakes, had a few turnovers. Didn't look particularly well. Didn't look good. And it had people saying like, yo. First of all, Giant fans was in their bags, Spade. I don't know if you paid attention, but they were in their bag like, yo, what about the people that said we should have took Haskins over Jones and blah, blah, blah? That's neither here nor there. Yep. I got to ask you, Spade. Now reported this week, they're going to start Colt McCoy. They're going back to Colt. Spade, and you're clueless about this Minnesota thing. I'm clueless about this Washington thing. And I already know what I'm going to say, but you know me. I get rid of coaches ASAP. I got to get your thoughts before I go. Instead of starting Haskins, they're going with Colt McCoy. Like Case Keenum has been benched. Spade, what the hell is going on in D.C.?
I don't like it. I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it. You got to do one or two things with these young players, especially quarterbacks, bro.
Especially quarterbacks.
Come on. If you're going to make a decision to let them sit and learn the game from the sideline, let them sit and learn the game. But don't give them a start. Yes. Throw them in the fire and yank them after 1 week. That is a confidence-crushing move. And I'm going to be honest with you, bro. You know what? I ain't going to be that honest. It's too early to be that honest. I ain't going to do that. But I'm looking at Gruden over here. He's starting to look a little suspicious to me, bro. I'm gonna leave it at that. He looks suspicious. He's starting to look suspicious.
Man, get him out of here, man. I'm gonna say it. Get him out of here. If I'm Washington, first of all, this jump goes back. I don't mean to cut you off. Was you done, Spade? I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, I'm done.
Because this got me fired up. Spade, this crap started with RG3. So let's go back them years. Because Gruden, I wasn't really feeling RG3 like that. They wanted him to be a pocket passer. Like a lot of this RG3 thinks a lot of this crap with his injuries happened because Gruden was coaching him up and was like, do it this way when he was doing it that way. And then the owner was like, yo, telling the coach like, yo, put Robert in, let him do it that way. And we see the same thing. Going on right now with Haskins. It started before the season when Jay Gruden, wanted to get rid of Adrian Peterson, and the owner was like, nah, what are you doing? Like, Adrian Peterson is not the same player. But he's a serviceable, good enough starting running back in this league. Then he was a healthy scratch like game one. Adrian Peterson, you could see it in his face. He was disgusted. Then it came to this week right here. They play Case. They take Case out. This past week, they play Case. They take Case out. They put in Haskins. If you thought there was any chance of you going to Colt McCoy, why not put Colt McCoy in the game? Or if you don't think Haskins was ready, why even put him? Just like Case, man. Case been in the league long enough. He done had his woes and stuff. Just let him finish the game.
He had his ups and downs.
Yeah, he done had his ups and downs. Just let him finish the game. And if you're going to start with Haskins, just finish off. Let him get the full week with the number ones. Who, by the way, who's banged up. They got one of the best tackles, left tackles in the league. He's still holding out. We don't know what's going to happen with Trent Williams. Darius Geitz, who they thought was going to be like, a breath of fresh air, he's injured again. They got some wide receivers that's been injured. I mean, they got this. I think his name is McLaughton. Somebody going to correct me. I don't remember the young man's name. He been tearing the league up. A bright little rookie. He's injured. So you put, in my opinion, you put in Haskins out there to fail on a team that's not that good. Let's be honest. If they was good, they wouldn't have been drafting where they drafted. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. That's not a good team. So if you was going to let them wait, I damn sure wouldn't have put him in for a half. Let him see what real NFL. When I say real NFL, somebody gonna be like, "Well, he played in the preseason." He haven't been playing in a real NFL game. If you was going to do that, then you give him the start this week. You don't be like, we put you in for a half. We're going with Colt McCoy. No way. I don't like it. Get Jay Gruden out of there. Get him out of there, man. If I'm a Washington fan, I'm get Gruden out of there. Get him out of there, please.
He talk in circles, bro. He says a lot that goes into playing quarterback. If you haven't done it, it's a lot on your plate. Until he gets really comfortable, it's for his own good. Now check this next thing out. If I didn't like him, I will put him out there right now. I do like him, and I think the world of him. He's going to be a great quarterback one day. Time is really important for him. So you said if you didn't like him, you would put him out there. You just put him out there. What are you talking about? He was just out there throwing 3 picks. So what are you talking about? Did you not like him last week, but you like him this week? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't understand that. And then he said it would be insane. He said it's insane to think I will hold a grudge against Dwayne. Because they just flat out ask him like, hey, it's common knowledge that you never wanted to draft this kid.
That's what.
So are you taking it out on him? He like, man, it's insane to think I will hold that grudge with him. So he didn't say I'm not holding the grudge. I'm holding the grudge. It's just not with him. But it seemed like the best way to get the people that I'm holding a grudge with back is through him. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. I don't rock with this dude. I don't rock with this whole franchise, man. I don't rock with this franchise, man.
Get him out of there,
They've been dirty as hell since Doug Williams. Like, they did Doug Williams wrong. That's why y'all, matter of fact, that's why y'all can't get shit going right for y'all, because you a shady-ass franchise to begin with. Y'all, yeah. Hit them with the whoopee. Till y'all do right by Doug Williams. Yeah. Let's move on.
Get him out of there, man. You're going to ruin this young man, and he deserves better, man. He deserves better.
The cool
you're going to let the rookie go out there and take his lumps and just going to learn on the fly, or you going to sit him for the year. But all this wishy-washy shit, come on, man. And he been a wishy-washy dude. 1 week there, when they had Kirk Cousins, we're going to start Kirk, then, Colt McCoy, then it was this guy, then it was that guy, then it was RG3, then it was Colt. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. I'm tired of him.
Man.
How do he still have a job? How do he still have a job?
That is the question.
Like, well, how do he still have what the hell do he got on the owner? Him and the owner been having rifts. He wanted to cut Adrian Peterson. The owner told him no. How do he still have a job? I'd have been like, bruh, this is what we doing, or you're going to get fired. Get him out of here. Get him out of here, man. I'm tired of these Grudens, man. And they like, oh, well, they said Jay Gruden still living off the success he had with Andy Dalton. What success? What they win? What they win, Spade? We seen them go to the playoffs and get bodied.
Yeah,
That 1 year. Like, they got bodied. Get them out of here, man.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy because they automatically like label these guys like, oh, he's a quarterback guy. He can fix quarterbacks. Like, how? Andy Dalton been the same player with Gruden and without him. He been the same player. Get him out of here, man. All right, Spade.
I got really good news for you, dog.
Say it again.
I got really good news for you, bro.
Go ahead.
We finna talk NBA. Know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I know. You see how your league got you feeling?
Everybody, bro. I know I'll be wanting to fire everybody, but Jay Gruden deserves to be fired. He deserves.
But you see how your mood? I'm finna bring you to a happy place called the NBA.
It's gonna be happy. It's gonna be more.
Always happy.
I don't know.
Always happy. I feel it already.
Cannon on somebody too, man. Over here.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
Let's go to Houston. No, you don't. You don't have to do that. Let's go to Houston, bro. You know, this is why I like the NBA, bro. The NBA ain't even back. They not back. But you know what's one of the most talked about things in sports talk? The James Harden one-legged move. Have you seen it?
I seen it. I mean, it's not
it's
impressive. It kind of looked.
It's not impressive?
No, but go ahead. I ain't seen him make one yet, but go ahead.
Fam, it don't matter if he make it, miss it, airball that shit. It don't matter. He brings excitement to the sport, all right? It's a big debate whether or not the move is traveling, whether or not it's not a travel, whether or not it's a good move or a bad move.
Everything's a travel.
Should you do it? Should you not do it? And this is why James Harden is a rock star. This is why the NBA is the league. It is the choice league, all right? Let me just get to the point. Bro, I did a little bit of research getting ready for this show. I typed in James Harden and a O, the letter O, and James Harden one-legged move popped up. I said, oh shit, this is a thing. Discussions, will it work? I gotta be honest with you. Did you see the video of the crowd reaction when he did the one-legged move and everybody was like, ah, and then when it missed, they was like, ah, did you see it? You saw it,
babe.
You saw it, bro.
It was
Let's
real
be honest,
snoozy, though. Like, I hit the snooze button.
Get out your hate bag for a minute. Is it not a good thing for the sport that James Harden can create this type of excitement during, this ain't even really preseason. They were playing the Shanghai Sharks in one of them damn games.
But I just think fans are happy that the NBA is back. Like, don't be just giving James Harden all this credit.
But it ain't even back, though. It ain't.
It's back.
Bro, it's not. The only thing we talking about is James Harden one-legged move and Ben Simmons saying he gonna shoot some threes this year if he open. That's it. That's it.
Well, I got some other crap I want to talk about, not necessarily what you talking about. But Spade, forget what I feel, because the move looked crazy. How do you feel about the move? Because you a Harden stan.
I tell you, he's a trendsetter, man. You gonna see somebody do this? I'm gonna be honest with you. I would never pull this shit off. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the move dumb. All right? But I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna see somebody in college do this shit. You're gonna probably see somebody in high school do this shit, and you're gonna definitely see an AAU kid do this shit.
I hope not. Bench their ass.
LaMelo been shooting from half court since he was a damn sophomore. It's crazy as shit you can do on the court.
They should have benched him.
They didn't know. That's my point. And LeVar would have had your head.
Don't get me started on Spade. I don't want to cut off your topic.
I'm done. I just want to say this. Wait, before you go, let me say this right here. Men, women, listeners of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, James Harden creates excitement, man. I know everybody's not a fan of him like I am. Some of you are just flat out James Harden haters.
I'm not a James Harden hater.
They said I hit dog. Well, holla, I wasn't even talking to you. I'm talking to the listeners of the podcast. You just jumped out in front of the car and said, ouch. Relax. If I could, listeners, I would give James Harden Strong Arm Performer of the Week for just creating a buzz. People are excited about this move. And I know for a fact that little homie Samsung that watched the show, I know he doing this shit in his driveway on the hoop above the garage. I know it. He out there perfecting this one-legged move. And you going somewhere one day, Sam. You going somewhere. That's all I got, LePage. We can move on. But you thought we was going to get through this show and not talk about the one-legged move? Huh? You didn't think that. Man. You crazy, but you ain't that crazy.
Trash. He ain't hit one yet. That jump been clanking off the rim, about to break.
He's only taking two. If he hit the next one, he's shooting 33%.
Clanking the shit out them shits. Spade, I got a strong arm topic in here real quick. Speaking of LeVar, like, did you hear that old boy that allegedly stole the money is saying that LeVar stole the money?
I didn't hear that.
Yes, bro. Like, he is alleging he didn't steal the money. That LeVar stole the money. Come on, Spade. I don't believe it, but Spade, this better not be true, man.
It ain't true, man. You think criminals always try to lie and take folks down with them or point to somebody? That's what criminals do, man. Come on. I don't even question LeVar like that. Right. You think LeVar would steal from Lonzo?
I mean, you said LeVar, and it just clicked in my head. I remember that I seen that somewhere.
He would never do that, bro. He would never do that.
Yeah, not only that, I think old boy allegedly took 1.5, right?
I lied. I don't remember. I just know it was
Well, old boy is alleging that LeVar took 2.5.
So he was just trying to get out of here, bro.
That's what he's saying, bro. Bro, that's what he said. He said, if I took 1.5, then he took 2.5.
So he ain't denying his. He's just saying everybody had their hand in the pot.
I'm just saying. That's the report, Spade, okay? Listen, man.
Boy, let me tell you.
I'm ready to move on. But I got to talk to you about a guy that people has been going crazy about for probably 2-3 years now. Probably about 3 years, because ever since he was in high school, went to college, everybody was like, yo, I can't wait till we see this guy. And it's crazy because we talk about everybody else. I don't never hear no mention of him unless it's good things. Like, yo, I can't wait for him to hit the court. He gonna shut shit down. And I'm like, You know, he released a sad play. I'm not gonna say his name yet, but he released a little clip this week, and he did like a crazy little dunk. I'm like, okay, but are you gonna play this year? I know y'all wondering like, who the hell is he talking about? And I'm talking about Michael Porter Jr. Spade. They've been on this Michael Porter Jr. wave for about 3 years. Yeah. You know, I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't necessarily hear any backlash like, yo, when the hell is Michael Porter Jr. going get on the court? Like, Denver been cooking without him. Denver, one of the best teams in the West without Michael Porter Jr. And everybody was like, yo, Michael Porter Jr. going to change life out there in Denver. And the big fella been doing it, the Joker. Spade, I got to get your thoughts about not just the Michael Porter Jr. situation. What type of player let me say this. Because like I said, I give Wiggins a hard time because of the type of player I expected Wiggins to become. Coming out of college after hearing all this hoopla, people was comparing him to this guy and that guy. And when I look at Wiggins, I just don't see it. And I give Wiggins a hard time because the expectations were so high. What should what kind of impact do you think Michael Porter Jr. will have this year if he plays? And two, what type of player should I expect Michael Porter Jr. to be? Because, I mean, the buzz around him going to college, when he was in college, oh my gosh, he was the best thing since sliced bread. He was being compared to big-time players, and I've been waiting to see it, and he's been in the NBA for 2 years, and I haven't seen anything because he hasn't played yet. Would he still be considered a rookie since he haven't, or did he play a game? I think he would still be a rookie, wouldn't he?
I think so.
So, I mean, those are my questions for you about the Michael Porter Jr. thing. What should my expectations be for him, and what type of player do you see, if any? What type of impact do you see him having, if any, if he plays?
All right. So first, let me do this. You made the comparison, not really a comparison, but you mentioned Wiggins. The reason why I'm willing to cut Michael Porter Jr. some bail is because of the back injury. Like, he had a back injury in the first half of his collegiate season. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, ain't that what kind of changed Larry Johnson's game? Grandmama? Yeah. Was it a back?
Yeah, I think it was a back.
I'm going to tell you something about that back, man. The back injury, everything connected to the back, man. If you ever, like, tweaked your back, yawning, coughing, let all that shit hurt your back, fam. Everything connects at the back. So the question on draft night was, he slipped so far because of that injury, and even where he was taken, everybody was wondering, like, what's that a reach? Because you got him a little bit later because everybody was kind of afraid of him because he was damaged goods. If he can get healthy, and I like that they ain't rushing him back. If he can get healthy, he going to be a problem, bro. I'm telling you.
Really?
The dude, like, 6'9", 6'10". He got a J. He's athletic. The dude going to be a problem if he can get healthy. Now, as to what type of production he's going to make, that I kind of got a question on because it's about the pecking order, right? And I've never seen him be like kind of low on the pecking order. And Denver's starting to build a team where obviously we know Jokic is probably one on that pecking order list, but Jamal Murray made himself a guy too, right? Mm-hmm. So at best you got Thrill. And we love Barton. I don't know, man. I just feel like he's going to be a good player. And I think the Nuggets are going to be a good team. They're a good team already. But they're going to be a better team with a healthy Michael Porter Jr. on it. But honestly, I feel like this team is developed into a team that's so talented that I don't know if he's going to be the player that we thought he was going to be, that dominant takeover player. Because I think he's just going to be so low on pecking order that he's just going to be getting scraps. But I think the kid tough, bro. I think he's tough.
My expectations need to be low.
For this year. Spade, for this year.
I don't know, Spade. I'm looking at. You know what? I'm gonna give. All right. I'm gonna relax because I was about to say something that's not fair. The kid been injured, and it's not fair. So I'm not gonna say that. But I just know the way I feel. I hate to say this, but I'm feeling like this a Wiggins situation. Now I know
fam,
Wiggins haven't been injured and go ahead, what you say?
I was just saying, yeah, you can't make that comparison though.
All right. I just feel like, yo, the buzz that came behind him, I don't think he's going to be able to live up to it. And I hope I'm wrong. And like you said, he had a back injury, and I hope I'm wrong. But every time this kid, he was posting a few highlights last year. People was like, oh my God. Like, and I just felt like when we seen Embiid doing that, or we seen Ben Simmons doing that, or other guys that was out for a year and all that, there's like, they took some backlash. I don't hear nobody talking about Michael Porter Jr. Nobody.
You can't.
Okay.
He's just gonna be that dude.
Okay. This is why I'm asking you. I was expecting to see him. I think he went to Mizzou, right? He went to Mizzou?
Yep.
Yeah, I was expecting to see something from him in college. He played a few games, but they said he was injured then. So they was like, yo, you ain't really getting a real good sample size to watch him and critique him. Then they was like, yo, when then he went to the Nuggets, and they was like, oh, that's a perfect fit. They need a small forward type of guy, Millsap, getting older, whatever. We ain't seen him in 2 years. I'm just asking. Somebody got to ask the hard questions, bro. And
yeah, it's fair.
Go ahead.
Now, I was gonna say, who you almost could compare him to, and not in terms of their play style, but you almost can compare this dude to Kyrie, because we didn't see a lot of Kyrie at Duke.
We did,
right? The only difference was his injury. Then like once he got to the league, he kind of hit the ground running. But
yeah, I think he might have
everything
had an
that people
injury,
was
if I'm not mistaken. I think he had an ankle.
Yeah, but everything people was expecting Kyrie to be in college, we really didn't get a chance to see it till a few years later in the pros. Not even, he didn't have a terrible rookie year, but he really didn't turn into what people hoped he would be until a little bit later. Like that college injury, it slowed him up a little bit.
Okay.
He could be that dude. I'm not saying he is, but he could be that dude, bro. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I think the kid nice.
I already know they about to be in the comments section saying, how you going to call him Wiggins? Ain't never seen him play. I'm just saying, listen, somebody got to ask the hard questions. And I'm saying, I seen backlash when Embiid was out for like 2 years, when they sat Ben Simmons. Hey, every single time Markelle folks post anything, they giving him hell. Every single time.
You got to, though.
He's shooting free throws.
Yeah, he was he led the nation in scoring as a college
But
player.
do you see my point?
He was the
Spade?
number one pick of the draft. He was the number one pick of the draft.
I got you. Where did Porter get? Where he got drafted at? Let me look. Because I want to say Porter might have went 8. Let me look.
14th.
14? Okay. All right. But he went 14 because he was injured. But Spade, pre-injury, they were saying like, yo, this dude going to be the number one pick. So you think I'm being too hard on Michael Porter Jr.? I'm gonna leave
but he going to win you over. I ain't tripping.
Okay, cool.
You got the right to question because you haven't seen the production yet, but you'll see it.
All I'm trying to do is just ask the hard questions because, like I said, I see people, folks will post something, Spade. If you look at them replies, oh my gosh, they killing him. And all he doing is shooting free throws. Jesus Christ. It's like they showed a clip of folks making I think he made 10 3-pointers in a row. Man, they was killing him.
Bro, I want to strong arm a topic in here before we move on. I know everybody ready for us to move to the top fives, and we about to go to that, but a unique story popped up this week that I had to talk. And what better people to talk sports with than my partner LaParis and the listeners of the SAS pod. Bro, so the WNBA championship was recent, right?
Yeah.
And the LA Sparks lost. I think they got swept. Right? Derek Fisher is the coach of the Sparks. I don't know if you know that. And after one of the games, it came in the locker room.
That was the championship. I think that I'm going to cut you off, bro. I just want to make sure we're right. I think that was the Western Conference Finals. That wasn't the championship game.
I don't know.
Because I think the Sun is playing the Mystics in the finals. And
they still playing?
Yeah, they still playing right now. The Mystics is playing the Sun.
You're right. It was the semifinals.
Okay.
It was the semifinals. The Sparks got eliminated in the semifinals.
Okay.
Right? And Derek Fisher's the coach of the Sparks. After one of the games, they came up to Candace Parker and was asking her, like, she didn't play many minutes. I think she played something like 11 minutes or 14 minutes. And they was like, you know, are you not feeling? She's like, I'm feeling fine. No injury. You know, I'm fine. And they was like, well, why didn't you play more? She's like, I don't know. You got to talk to the coach. So I already was thinking like, whoa, what's going on? So the GM of the Sparks is an ex-WNBA player named Penny Toller. Am I saying the last name right? Toller?
You know I jack names up, so I'm going to let you have it.
Toller.
I'm going to let you have it.
Bro, what she did, first of all, she's kind of iconic to the league, if I'm not mistaken. I think I read that she scored the first ever WNBA basket. Let me make sure I ain't tripping. I just hit my mic. Let me make sure I ain't tripping, fam, because that's a pretty big deal, right?
Yeah.
Let me look this up. Yeah, she scored the first ever basket in the WNBA. She did that against the New York Liberty on June 21st, 1997, right? And she retired in 99 to become the general manager of the Sparks. Immediately after taking on a management role, she would assemble the Los Angeles Sparks roster, and they would become a championship team in 2001. One could argue she's a pretty good GM.
Okay.
The Sparks have had success, bro. Like, for a while, it seemed like the Sparks and the Lynx, every time I was turning around, it was one of those two teams in the finals, winning the finals. They was really getting it in. All right, so look. They in the Western Conference semifinal. I don't know why I said Western Conference. They in the semifinals because I think they do their seeding weird. Like, they just do like the top teams. It don't matter what conference.
You're right. You're right.
And they got their asses handed to them in a game that Candace Parker didn't play well. I think also it was a thing in that game where she wasn't that aggressive. I think down the stretch she didn't take many shots or whatever. Penny busts up in that locker room and give what she thought was an inspiring speech, LaParis. And I wasn't there, but I imagine she was like, y'all think I built this shit for y'all to let them come up in here and whoop out? You know, I imagine she was going off. They said it was a lot of profanity. They said it was some racial epithets. They like throwing that word around. And, you know, the players kind of flipped on her. You know, they were saying, like, she created an uncomfortable environment. They said that they think that Candace Parker didn't play much in that one game because Coach Derek Fisher was under pressure from Penny to not play Candace because of the fact that she didn't play good in the previous game. And, man, it brought a whole lot of attention. So first, you know, she had this quote here. She said, by no means did I call my players the N-word. I'm not saying that I couldn't have used that word in context, but it was not directed at any of my players. And it's unfortunate that I used that word. I shouldn't use it. Nobody should use it. But what I like about it, and I'm a weirdo, but what I like is she didn't duck her comments at all, man. She said that I'm a competitive person. We was losing, you know, things never the prettiest after a loss. And I was trying to inspire my team. I wasn't trying to offend anyone or come at anybody crazy. And ultimately, man, the Sparks fired this woman, man. They fired the shit out of her. You know what I'm saying? They told her she ain't had to go home, but she had to get her shit and get up out of there. Bro, have you heard this story? And look, man, it's never going to be a comfortable conversation when you talk that N-word. Penny, of course, is black. I guess I want to know, you all right with her firing? Like, should she have been fired? I don't know. I'm torn.
Spade, it's crazy because I understand why they fired her. It's a place of business. You can't talk like that to your employees. If they, you know, with me and you before this show, which I didn't even know we was going to talk this, we was talking about the climate of the world we living in now.
Yes,
and
we were.
We were talking about gaming. We was framing it in gaming, but it fits here. Because how people talk to each other and I'm just speaking just gaming, but I mean, you can say social media, anything. How people talk to each other on these devices and with gaming, with being on the headset, it never happened in our day. And if it did, it got handled. You want to know why? Because we played couch co-op. And you had to go to somebody's house to play against them. So if you wanted to play Madden and all these games, you had to literally go to somebody. Somebody had to have a game. You had to go to that person's house. Now, you may have called somebody a bitch, or you might have said some words, but I guarantee you hands was being thrown. Like, it was going down. You wasn't just about to get that off. Like, you can get it off now in gaming now. Like, in gaming, you want a headset, they just, man, I know you of all people remember them Call of Duty lobbies. Them lobbies used to be insane. Yeah. Spade got a little funny story. I don't know if you want to tell it on the show, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But like you wasn't getting that off back in the day because you literally had to go to your people's house to play the game. And we was talking about the climate, and this is the climate. You cannot just go in there and just spaz out on your employees. They probably would have fired her anyway, even if she didn't use the N-words, because she probably was in there going ham. And in this climate, they not about to let you just go in there and just wild out on your employees like that. So I understand. Should she have been fired? 50-50.
I mean, they couldn't find her. Right, they couldn't find her. They couldn't suspend her.
This whole climate, bro. Because if it was one player, if it was just one player on that team that was like, yo, I'm emotionally distraught. Like, that just opens lawsuits and all type of nonsense. Yeah. So it's just the climate that we live in. You just gotta watch how you speak to people, and especially in your place of business. First of all, you gotta just be mindful of that, period, because people is crazy. People are insane. And you cannot just do that in your place of business. So, like I said, if one player would have just been like, oh my gosh, I'm emotionally distraught, I can't play the sport no more, and sued the Sparks, and let's be honest, we talked about this previously, let's be honest, the WNBA ain't making hand over foot money. So, they might sue the Sparks and own the Sparks, if we being honest. So, I understand. A lot of people was calling for Derek Fisher's job. I don't know if he was fired, but a lot of people was calling for his job because they saying he only got that job because he's Derek Fisher. He did not deserve to be the head coach of the Sparks. I don't know if you heard that or not.
I mean, they seem to have some problems. They got some problems over there.
Yeah, they saying that he only got that job because he was known as a Laker great, but he did not deserve that job. They were saying that it was other people, men and women. They wasn't just saying women. They were saying men and women that deserved that job other than Derek Fisher. That's what they were saying. That when I was reading, I actually didn't even hear about the GM. When I was hearing about the Sparks, it was all Derek Fisher. Everything they were saying was about Derek Fisher. They were saying, he's terrible. Get him out of here. He don't understand the WNBA. Like, he doesn't understand the basketball.
Oh, you know what?
WNBA.
You're right. I did read an article that said that some players were saying that he would get defensive if they question his game plan. Like, if the game plan was, all right, we're gonna swing it around here and do this. If they was like, yo, coach, that play really not working, he would get defensive.
Yeah.
I got a quote, and then we can move forward because these people want to hear you get slaughtered on Top Fives again. But several players told ESPN the speech made them feel uncomfortable and showed total disrespect, and said Penny called them, and I quote, motherfuckers. And she suggested that she'd replace them next year if they got swept. And then one player told ESPN, you cannot say that in 2019.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. We just had.
Can you not, though? Is it just because she's a GM? Because I know damn well some coaches be calling players motherfuckers every game, bro. I know they do.
I mean, we just seen, damn, who was it? We just seen a coach tell his quarterback
to shut the F up. Mitchell Trubisky.
Shut the F up. I forgot who it was.
Mitchell Trubisky got told to shut the F up.
You right, Nagy. Yep. We just seen that.
So I assume the issue here is because she's a GM. But I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't think so. I think if Mitchell
think a coach can't
wanted to make a fuss of what? Spade, we have seen, bro, they crucified Bobby Knight.
When? Before or after he grabbed people by the shirt and threw chairs on the damn court?
That was the tip of the iceberg. But they were saying he was wilding out before that.
He wilded out his entire career. That's
exactly.
I don't know. Let's move forward.
And I'm just saying, and that was back then, Space. So you're not getting no Bobby Knight off now. Like,
No.
Bro,
They
if
came
Bobby
for
not
Bobby when he
existed in
started
today's,
putting his
he's going
hands
to
on.
jail. He's going to
No,
jail.
Bobby was putting his hands on kids. That's when
Spade.
That's when shit went sour. Anyway, I want to say this in closing. I want to know what the listeners think, bro. Like, we joke. Obviously, I've never been a GM or a coach. But you know, LaParis in our Madden League, I often joke. They're like, yo, I cut my whole team. Like, you know, and she got a quote that I truly feel in my soul. She said, it's not about losing, it's how we're losing. And I feel that because I played sports. You can go out there and give your all and lose every game. But a player or an ex-player know when you out there half-assing and you not giving effort, and I'm never going to be okay with you not giving effort on my team, and I'm calling somebody some names. So it's a good thing I'm not a coach.
I just don't think, and I play sports, and I coach. I have seen stuff, and people be like, this coach, and I'm like, shit, these people must they never play sports, because that's what coaches do. Like, that's what they do. Man. So, I mean, it's this climb. Me and you had this conversation, and I didn't even know this was going to be a topic, but it fits. It's the climate that we was talking about the Boondocks. We said the Boondocks coming back. I was like, yo, I don't know if the Boondocks going to make it. I don't think the Boondocks, if the Boondocks stay true to what it was when we was like, oh my gosh, this is the best shit on TV.
It can't.
I don't know if the Boondocks is going to make it, Spade, because this climate we live in ain't no. You're not saying them words. You're not saying them words, and that's why people are saying, oh, maybe that's why I was going to like cable television with like HBO, like one of those channels. But I just don't know if you're gonna be able to call people the F word and I ain't talking. You know what word I'm talking about? Like
you saying you don't know. You know.
You're not going to be able to do it. And it's this climate that we live in. You can't, and I agree with you, Spade. Coaches be out there. But I think, in my opinion, if Mitchell Trubisky would have made a fuss about it, I think Nagy would have got reprimanded. But anybody that's been around football know that, heat of the moment, your coaches done said some stuff. But if
reprimanded or fired? The lady who scored the first basket in the history of a league got fired for calling her players motherfuckers after they got their ass beat. They put people in
managerial classes for less. I know. I know.
I guess. Let's go ahead and move forward, man. I just want to know, if you're listening to the pod, give me your feedback on that. I want to know how people feel. I will admit this before I move forward. As being an older guy, too often we hold on to the way things were. And things change. The world changed. People change. And what used to be okay is not okay. And I'm cool with that change. Right. I was going to say I'm cool with that change. Because how could I not be cool with that change? That'll be like somebody standing up here telling me, saying like, bro, back in my day, they were slaves. Like, I'd be ready to knock somebody's head off for saying that wild shit to me. So, things change. I get it. It just, to me, I know it's some heated moments after a loss, some things are said, and that just blew my mind. To me, I hate to admit it, but I like to be real, and if I can't be real with the listeners of this pod, then why do we have it? To me, it felt soft for players to be like, I got called motherfucker, and that hurt my... I've been called worse shit than that in Call of Duty lobbies, and I played the next day. But anyway, let's get it. And I played that shit for free. I ain't even earn a wage to do that shit.
You ain't
all right. Let's get into it, man. NBA Top 5s returned last week. It started with centers. You guys gave me a little bit of flack for having Julius Randle as a center. I want to let y'all know, if you got him as a power forward, I completely understand. I just want you to have the same amount of understanding for me having him as a center. Go on any sports website, look up Julius Randle. You will either see him at center or you will see center/power forward. And if you go look at the stats of last season and break them down by position, guess where you'll see Julius Randle at center. This week we are back to do power forwards, and I'm gonna let you guys know how we come up with our answers. All right, we take their stats from last season. We do look at that. So, okay, that's what they did. Cool. We look at any changes that the team might have. Maybe the player was traded. Maybe some other talented pieces was traded to that team. Maybe they got a new coach. Maybe we feel like they was getting better. And then we take all that stuff and then we make a bit of a prediction. We might take somebody who was trash as hell last year and say, look, I got a feeling right here, I think this is the year this player is going to be better. We are back this week with power forwards. LaParis, I want you to go first. If you got any honorable mentions, shoot those out first, and then give me your number 5 power forward going into this season, bro.
I have 2 honorable mentions, babe. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
I remember last year we kind of struggled with power forward, like, yo, who to put where, but now it's so many good power forwards. It's like, yo, where the hell is all these guys gonna go? But Spade, I got a guy that was on my list last year. It was pretty high on my list, actually, if I remember correctly. But he didn't make it this year. And I'm talking about Draymond Green. He's an honorable mention, and I got another guy down in Atlanta, John Collins. He's an honorable mention. Now, somebody might have John Collins at center. I think he's a power forward. Well, listen, John Collins and Draymond Green. Draymond Green did not make my top 5 this year, and I was struggling. I was like, yo, I feel like Draymond needs to be in my top 5, but I got a guy in there that didn't make it. That was not there last year. That's going to be there this year. But my honorable mention goes to John Collins. I think John Collins is an animal. I think we should expect way more than he did last year. I think he's a beast. He's a complete animal. If he stay healthy, this kid has enormous potential. Draymond Green, we know we're going to get from Draymond Green. We're going to get an all-around good game. I just don't know how Draymond is going to command that offense. We know Klay not going to be there. And now KD is gone. I still think Golden State will be Golden State, but I don't know if Draymond Green is going to try and take on more of a scoring load because of Klay not being there and KD leaving. Now, I know they did. Somebody going to be like, what about D'Lo? Anybody that know D'Lo? I've been watching D'Lo since he's been with the Nets. I get all the Nets games, by the way. He's a streaky scorer. Like he'll have a game. I think we seen a game when he scored like 20-something in a fourth or overtime or something and ended with like astronomical amount of points. Like, yeah, hella points. I like 50 points. But he's a streaky scorer. So what happens when he's cold? So I don't know how that's going to pan out. But for that, Draymond is still an honorable mention. He should be mentioned with the top 5 guys, but he did not make my list this year. At number 5, I got a Spade. At number 5, Spade, I got a guy, that I think is up for another big year. I think he showed tremendous promise and upside last year, and this team wouldn't have been there without this guy. And I'm talking about Pascal Siakam, Spade. Pascal Siakam. Now I know about Kawhi and all that, but now Kawhi's gone. I think Pascal Siakam going to get more touches. He's going to be more involved in the offense. I think he's in for a bigger year, and I'm going to say it. I think Siakam is about to be an all-star. I think he's going to be an all-star. Okay. Probably should have been an all-star last year. But I think Siakam will be an all-star this year. And for that reason, he's number 5 on my list.
Wow. I do want to go ahead and let the people know this is probably going to be one of the few times. Typically, our 4 and 5s be a little different. But 1, 2, 3 it'd be so hard-coded that everybody lists. Even when people put their list in the comment section, that 1, 2, 3 often be the same. I think it's a good chance here that our lists end up very, very different. Now, I got some honorable mentions too, bro. And things change, man. You talked about Draymond Green, who we know what Draymond brings to the game. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Draymond in terms of him being a scorer, but he do so much. He is truly the utility knife. He got a spoon, a fork, a toothpick, a knife, a fingernail file. He got all that shit. And oftentimes you see Golden State just kick the ball up to him and they let him run he pushed the tempo. But his numbers dropped significantly last year. Not just last year, but over the last couple of years. But last year, I felt like he really felt the drop as they were just trying to figure out how to make it work, get everybody their touches. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Klay is injured for the first half of the season. KD is gone. Draymond's numbers will peak. Draymond, however, did not make my list. All right?
Okay.
He's not even an honorable mention. Sorry, Dre. I do have 2 honorable mentions, though. One of my honorable mentions is Pascal Siakam, who just came out of nowhere last year. I don't care what anybody tell you, not even Toronto fans thought Pascal Siakam was going to have the season or the impact that he had. However, he didn't make my top 5 list because I think a lot of that was the Kawhi factor. I'm going to tell you something.
That's fair.
Mashed potatoes are pretty damn good when they beside a steak. You take the steak off. If I just bring you a damn plate of mashed potatoes, you ain't gonna be that damn happy. All right. And the next person on my honorable mention list was in my top 5 last year, and I'm talking about LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus hasn't lost a thing. He's still the same guy he was last year. So for him to not be on my list, that means I got some new faces in new places that I feel like is gonna ramp it up. LA, you did nothing wrong, bro. You still that dude. You that dude. All right. I get Penny to tell you what you really are, because she'll tell you. But I'm not. At number 5, this name right here is going to knock some asses out of their seats. Y'all not going to believe this. And I want to apologize before I even say it, because it's going to catch y'all off guard.
Let me sit back.
Hey, Paris, take a breath. This guy right here ain't the sexy name. He's on a terrible team. And the only thing that's ever slowed this dude is injuries. All right? When I look at this team, I said this team is going to be terrible this year. But any success they have is going to be strictly because of this guy. And if he stays on the court, 5 at power forward is easy for this guy. And I'm talking about Kevin Love. I know we want to talk about Kevin Love like he ain't that dude no more. I know. The fact of the matter is, at 17 points and 11 rebounds a game, that was a down year for Kevin Love. That double-double average was a down year for Kevin Love, and he was beat up and hurt last season. If he's healthy and he come back this year, you're gonna get a 2012 season out of Kevin Love. Easy.
Really?
Easy.
Okay.
Easy. Like throwing a rock in the river, bro. Easy.
If you telling me the numbers, he need to be higher. Well, go ahead.
At number 5, I got K-Love. Now,
okay.
At number 4, I want to take a page out of LaParis's book. I want to go to Atlanta, and I want to talk about John Collins. Ooh. I will put John Collins way higher, but I want to see him continue to work on that jumper a little bit. He ain't got to be able to shoot the 3. I want him to be able to keep defenses honest with that jump shot, but you know what? He'll be able to do that later. Right now, his length and athleticism is enough for him to crack the top 5, especially when you're putting up the type of numbers that this dude is putting up. He averaged a double-double last season, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't see him doing anything but going up this year. 20 points last season, 10 rebounds, a 20-10 average for John Collins. You got a young team to keep an eye on. If you're one of those guys where you ain't really got a team, keep an eye on the Hawks. This year ain't going to be their year. But I'm telling you, they got some young pieces, and this guy, John Collins, is a big part of what they got moving forward.
Okay. And number 4, listen, I'm going with the old savvy vet. You didn't make your list this year, but I'm giving it to LA, man. I'm gonna tell you.
I ain't mad at it.
Listen, I love Pop. And I Spade, you know I got this thing, and I don't have no type of analytical type of data to warrant me thinking this, but I say, yo, you add Pop to your team, I think Pop gets you 8 to 10 wins. You know what I mean? You getting 10 wins just off the strength of Pop knowing what he's doing. But Spade, the Spurs have lost so much, and then you add LaMarcus Aldridge, and they still, listen, they might not be a championship contender like they used to be, but Spade, they always in the hunt. They in the playoffs. They always in the hunt. They competing. And and Pop still going to sit these guys. Hey, yo, take the day off. They're going to play around 60, 70 games. They're going to get a few days off. But listen, LaMarcus Aldridge, when everybody was, even me, I was critical of him. The past 2-3 years, LaMarcus Aldridge have been outstanding. He's been outstanding. And for that reason, I feel like LA still got to be on this list. Now, look, I'm not mad you adding any. Listen, I love John Collins. Any new faces. I put Pascal over Draymond because it's time for some fresh blood on these lists. Look, Draymond, we know what you're going to get. I just think Pascal is going to have a better year. But LA, yo, you take LA. Listen, like I said, I think Pop going to get you 10 wins. But you take LA off that team, and they got who they playing through? I like DeRozan. I like DeRozan.
I was going to say, to your point, both of those guys averaged 21 a game last season.
Yeah.
So, that was a question mark. We didn't know how DeRozan was going to work there, and Pop figured it out. So, to your point, Pop got it.
Yeah. So, LA is number 4 on my list. And, Spade, I wanted to go back to something you said about Pascal Siakam, that nobody seen that. That is the perfect thing to say, because when they traded Kawhi, they took Jakob Portal. They took Portal. They took the wrong guy. The Spurs took the wrong guy. If they would have seen any of this potential from Siakam, they would have took Siakam. So they took the wrong guy. Spurs took Portal. I don't even think he play. Like he get in, but I don't even think he's a starting guy for them. But anyway, at number 3, Spade, I struggled with right here because I was like, yo, I don't know. But
this gonna be good.
Yeah, at number 3, I got Blake Griffin, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, I got Blake Griffin there. And it's crazy because people was like,
go ahead.
I think Stacks was on our show last year when we did
on
Top
our
5.
head.
And I think Stacks was like, yo, Blake Griffin is the best power forward in the league.
Yeah.
Listen, Blake gonna get you numbers. He gonna get the numbers. I just don't know if that's gonna accumulate to wins. And I don't know. It ain't like he gonna get you 20-something and 10. And like I just don't know if it accumulates something to wins. And that's why I put the other 2 guys over Blake. Blake gonna get his numbers. Blake's still phenomenal, but Blake is number 3 on my list.
Wow. Bro, this is gonna blow your mind, but Blake is number 3 on my list. Okay. And I gotta actually do something I don't do often on this show. I want to give some credit to Stacks, because Stacks gave me hell last year. Yeah. And he was like, I'm telling you. And I was like, dude, you are tripping. But what he did in that, it's the same thing coaches do when they go to refs and be like, watch 72, he doing a lot of grabbing, and they make you focus more on him. So Stacks made me focus more on Blake, and I was like, damn, Blake kind of eating. He kind of eating. And I'm going to be honest with you. The way that team is set up, I mean, yeah, I know they got Rose this year, and I expect them to get a boost from Rose. But, man, let me tell you, the pecking order goes Blake Griffin and then whoever else. Like, Blake is going to get the ball. And that's something that he got going for him that not many other guys on this list got. He is the true number 1 option for his team. And his numbers, they're going to show. So, Blake Griffin is number 3 on my list.
Before you move on, Spade, but let me ask you this before about Blake. Do Blake give you, like empty numbers vibes? You know how somebody, you be like, damn, he had 30 tonight? And then you be like, damn, but they lost. Like, the numbers be empty as hell to me.
Yeah, and plus I got this thing.
I kind of felt like Blake did that with the Clippers too.
Yeah. He get them garbage points. But another thing, one of the big reasons I've never had Blake this high, and I feel some kind of way about having Blake this high this year, is I just, until he does something to break this opinion of him, it ain't even an opinion. Until he changed history and actually start being healthy when when any team needs him. Word. To me, that keeps him, like, he has an uncanny ability to be hurt when they damn need him. And that's my biggest gripe about Blake Griffin. That's been his thing since entering the league. Since his rookie year, that's his thing, man. That's his thing. True. All right, at number 2, man, LaParis, to my surprise, I think our 1, 2, and 3 is going to be the same, because I did not expect you to have Blake Griffin on your list, and I damn sure didn't expect you to have him at 3, because I struggled with putting him at 3 on mine. But number 2 is pretty easy, man. It's Anthony Davis. Easy peasy. The only knock I got on AD again is his durability, but I think being able to be in a situation where there's not so much weight on his shoulder is going to make it a whole lot easier. For a little while, we got a chance to see him be the man where he didn't have to carry all the weight when he had Boogie with him, and that's probably easily some of the most fun AD moments if you're watching him play. So putting him out there in LA with Bron and all the other players, I don't have to go through the whole roster, but all those other players, and I say with Bron because if the players they got ain't working, watch Bron do what he do. Watch some moves happen.
You ain't lying.
But let me tell you, AD ain't going to have to carry all the weight, and he's easily number 2 on my list.
That's crazy because I just knew for sure that I 1, 2, and 3 was going to be different. And at number 2, I got Anthony Davis as well, man. And listen, I love AD, and I think he's in for a big year. But it's always that little knick-knack injury. You be like, yo, is AD playing tonight? We don't know. So, because I love Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis, if somebody got Anthony Davis at number 1, I'm not mad at him. Anthony Davis is phenomenal. Can do everything on the court. He can do everything. But another guy that can do a lot of things, except for hey, at least he shoot them. And for the, I know somebody gonna be like, well, he's a small forward, but for these purposes, we looked it up and we came to the agreement that we're gonna put him at power forward. At number one, I got the Greek Freak, man. And listen, man, the MVP of the league, Spade gonna argue that, but the MVP of the league, a dude
Debatable.
that's just, what you say?
Debatable.
MVP of the league, a dude that's just gonna give you want to talk about effort. I mean, the dude be in All-Star games and be playing like it's a real regular season game. Like, he's just going to give you maximum effort. He's going to do whatever it takes for his team to win. I think the Greek Freak potential is still through the roof. Still through the roof right now. Man, the rest of the league better pray. And, I mean, he's working on it. Like I said, at least he shoot threes. But the rest of the league better pray he don't ever get a consistent jumper, because it'll be ball game for real. It'll be over for real. But at number one, I got Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak, as the number one power forward in the NBA.
Same. I ain't going to give you a long-winded answer. Somebody going to come through and say, but he's a small forward. Fam, we know this dude could make an argument to play the 1 through the 4. Hell, maybe even the 5. He could probably play all 5 positions. What we did was we went and looked at where he's listed. We looked at the projected starting roster of the Milwaukee Bucks, and they got him at the 4. So we got him at the 4. And yeah, man, for all the reasons you said, other than that MVP shit, I mean, the MVP is and was James Harden. You know what I'm saying? The one-leg shot king. You know what I'm saying? The bearded bandit. And all that right there. But Giannis, number one. Throw your top 5s in the chat. Please. I want to see whether or not you guys got Blake as high as I do, because I'm starting to have bias remorse. I might want to make some changes.
Right, I might want to put LaMarcus Aldridge at 3 and Blake at 4, because, the wins. LaMarcus Aldridge, is it I don't know what it is in Detroit, but Detroit just, listen, I'm sorry, Detroit. And the crazy thing is, I want that team to be good, man. I like Bobby Shmurda, and I like Drummond. I like Blake. I like D Rose, but my gut, listen, we ain't get there yet, but I know the season about to start, but my gut is telling me Detroit ain't making the playoffs again. You think they make the playoffs?
I don't know. That East is up for grabs, bro. And
I
they got playoff roles over there.
I don't think they make it. But we'll see. Yo, leave in the comment section. Let me know. Y'all think Detroit make the playoffs? Yes or no? Just don't write yes. Say yes to me, and I don't know what you're saying yes to. Just write yeah. They make the playoffs or something. But Spade, shout out to the Steelers, baby. You dig? Spade, I told you. I said, yo, don't pick against.
Oh no, I don't want to talk about that, bro.
I said,
you said what you tell me?
I said, don't pick against Pittsburgh to try and be different. But I did kind of try to persuade you, like, yo, you said Mason Rudolph stink. And you was like, you know what? Give me Cincinnati. Give me the red rifle.
I got set up. Bro, I got set up. Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Mason Rudolph, I still feel the same way I felt before the last show.
What?
That dude... Bro, he was checked down Charlie and left and
yo, you gotta
right,
change the game plan. I told you. I said, yo, they're going to be all right with Mason. Like, it was the battle of the winless teams. Neither one of them had a win, and I knew Pittsburgh would get off the schneid. I knew it. Yeah, he would get off the schneid. And you was like, give me Cincinnati. Shit.
I felt so terrible, bro. I was watching that game thinking, I've been had. I got set up, but I won't let you get me like that again. Give me this week's pick'em game.
Oh, I got a good one. Listen, this is the game probably a lot of y'all wanted us to pick. I wanted to pick another game. Spade was like, nah. Spade always like to pick my team. He ain't want to pick the Canes and Virginia Tech. By the way, the Virginia Tech kicking y'all ass, if you was wondering. But anyway.
Game ain't over.
Listen, man, I got a good one for us this week. The pick'em game this week is the Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys. Spade, you already know where I'm going. But who do you have and why?
You already know where I'm going. Kid, tell them who I got, kid. I want Kid to tell you who I got. I want Kid to tell you who I got. Kid, we putting these babies to sleep. We gonna sleep like a baby.
What? Spade, don't use my shit
man.
on me, yo. Don't use my own shit on me, bro.
Yo, I want Kid to tell you. Matter of fact,
that shit made me mad.
bro,
Listen,
if I had Kid number, I would call this man on the show, put it on speaker, and get him to tell you my pick. That's what I would do.
Who you picking?
You know who I'm picking.
Man, you gotta say it, because then you're gonna be like, I was picking, I was picking them Cowboys, because you always try to
right.
your way out of shit.
That is some shit I'd say.
Yeah,
I got the pack, man.
Like, I pick. I got the Cowboys.
Hey, what's y'all record so far this year? I don't even know.
Both teams are 3-1.
Ooh.
Now we did lose to the Saints with Teddy Bridgewater, and people saying that's terrible. No way that should happen. Spade, who do you have? You gotta say it, bro.
The pack.
Okay, y'all heard it. Y'all already know I'm taking the Cowboys, man. I think it's gonna be.
Bro, we tied. We tied in picking games.
Huh?
Are we tied?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a tough game. You don't gotta give a score, Spade, but I'm thinking 31-28. I'm thinking something like that. Tough fought game. 31-28. Yeah, shout out to them Steelers, though. You did.
Okay, I hear you. It sounds good. All right. Fam, let's end the show. It's been a good one.
Yeah.
Last segment of today's show is a Strong Arm Performer of the Week. Y'all already know how it go. It's a very prestigious award that we give away to a male or female athlete who raised his or her level of play to ensure that their team got the victory. We don't do participation trophies on this podcast, and we don't give losers awards. The past you on the hot seat, bro. Who is your Strong Arm Performer of the Week? And why?
I got to give it to a guy, man, that's just been... I always speak on a model of consistency. The dude just been consistent, man. You look at that team, and I wondered to myself, how is that team still good? And it's because they got a model of consistency at the quarterback position. And I'm talking about the quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson. He went 17-23 for 268. Four TDs, 8 carries for 32 yards. And, I mean, he just threw a dot to Lockett. Lockett made an amazing catch. Now, he did get a favorable call on I think I got a roughing the passer call, if I'm not mistaken. And the Rams kicker did miss a kick. And me and Spade was in the party, and I'm like, oh, this is a gimme for
I was hurt.
Greg the leg. Like, Zerline about to bang this. And he missed. And he missed that joint. But nonetheless, they was able to get a victory 30-29. And for that performance, Russell Wilson, because without Russell Wilson, they not winning that game. But for that performance, Russell Wilson, you are my Strong Arm Performer of the Week.
That's cool. I'm going to tell you what type of man I am, bro. If I put that heat on you and you respond, I come back and I give you a pat on the back. My Strong Arm Performer of the Week is going to one Baker Mayfield, who responded. That's what we want to see you do, Baker. Shut your ass up and play foosball. Baker threw for 342 and a touch in his win against the Baltimore Ravens. I also want to say Jarvis Landry had the best game he's had since he left the Miami Dolphins. 8 catches for 167. And if we really being honest, the star of the day was Nick Chubb. So I guess I'm giving it to the whole damn Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns raised their level of play to ensure that they got the victory. And for that performance, Cleveland, you guys are my Strong Arm Performers of the Week.
It's crazy because I wouldn't have, if somebody would have told me like, yo, the Ravens out here getting gashed, I wouldn't have believed it. But good grief. Chubb was slicing their ass up, boy. Good grief.
Over 8 a pop. But bro, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
I know, I've already had one Strong Arm topic, but the Browns won, man. They scored 40 points, and Odell Beckham Jr. had 2 catches for 20 yards. How many more games like that before we get an Odell outing? How many? Because I don't think that shit's going to fly.
Listen, man, that shit might be this week if he go 0 for, like, if he, listen, I hope he say something because I drafted him on my fantasy team. He ain't giving me shit. So, say something, Odell. Shit.
It's on the way. He gonna say something.
Please say
it
something.
Might be to the kicking net, but he gonna say something.
Say something and do something. Shit. He ain't giving me, Odell getting me 4 points. Like, what is that? Listen, man. It's been a great show, Spade. Your Canes losing 28-0, by the way. 28-0.
Bro, Ain't
I'm
nobody
so
ask you to
glad,
report the news.
bro. I'm so glad Florida State got a bye, man, this week. You dig? Good grief, we need one. I wish we tell the coach bye. How about that? Listen, man. We want you guys to leave in the comment section down below about every topic that we talked about. Leave your thoughts down there in the comment section. Let us know how you feel about what we talked about today, man. Listen, man, don't kill me about Michael Porter Jr. It's my job to ask the hard questions. Okay? It's my job. And I don't really hear nobody talking about old boy, so I had to bring it up. We usually be ahead of the curve about things like this too. We brought up Harbaugh. I feel like people started talking about Harbaugh after we did. Like that week we talked about Harbaugh. The next week everybody was like, "Oh, look at Harbaugh. Should he be on a hot seat?" And I'm like, "We talked that shit last week. That's old news. That's old news." But anyway, I feel like we gotta be ahead of the curve. Now I'm going to see if everybody starts talking about Michael Porter Jr. next week or this week. But listen, man, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Strong on Sports. As usual, if you new here, bang the subscribe button. If you're a regular, hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds. There's also a little bell up there. You can click that bell to send notifications to your mobile device to let you know that a new episode has been uploaded to our YouTube channel. If you don't want to see two dudes arguing in a box, it's okay. We got audio podcasts everywhere for now. SoundCloud, UPodOmatic, iTunes, Spotify. We want to thank you guys for your continued support. Listen, man, to the SoundCloud listeners, man, if you over there, listen. I don't know if this SoundCloud thing going to work out. We're going to wait and see. I'm waiting to hear back. For now, the new episode has been posted up there. But like I said, we got it everywhere, man. So, if you love us, just download another app. We on Spotify. Just download
You'll
another
find
app.
us.
Yeah,
Because, Lopez,
iTunes,
like the wise philosopher said, we're
ahead.
not going to let them rook us.
The word.
You feel me?
That's basically it. So I don't know how it's gonna work out, but for now, it's still the episodes are still being posted over there. But if things change, we will let you know in the near dear future. We want to thank you guys for your continued support. We will see you guys next episode. We out. Peace.